Well, hello, everyone. I'm Dean Sioukas with Sioukas Brand Development and also the Mortgage Technology and Marketing Committee Chair. And welcome to our webinar today, Marketing in the Age of Micro Moments. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that 90% of cell phone users have used their phone to make progress towards a long-term goal that requires multiple steps, like buying a home while out and about? Well, consumers and their search behavior is moving towards an on-demand experience because of the quality of answers they know they can get in an instant, especially while using Google's voice search. The times when consumers have that I want to know right now moment, where they pick up their phone and conduct a search, is a micro moment. And these are moments where you as a company have the opportunity for real growth, provided that you know how to provide the right in-the-moment information and then have the wherewithal to convert them. As an agency, we've been helping our clients understand and reach people during these very important opportunities for driving new leads and conversions that can't be ignored in the current environment. So today, we have three industry experts to talk about how micro moments work on the ground. You're going to learn what micro moments are, when they occur.
Thank you, Cameron. This is Dean Sioukas, and I'm the CEO of Magilla Loans, and you can find us at magillaloans.com. Cameron has an amazing website, and what Loan Depot's done in a short period of time is truly remarkable. And I think all the listeners can see just from Cameron's presentation how much effort goes into not only building a website, building a content-rich website, and then more importantly, maintaining that website so it remains current in a marketplace and a Google ecosystem that is constantly changing. So, you're probably wondering, why am I on the panel? What is Magilla? Magilla is an anonymous search engine for home and commercial loans that places the borrower in control. Well, why borrowers? Because I'm a borrower. I'm not a lender, never have been, and I'm not a broker. As I was an experienced borrower, a real estate developer, and I wanted a fast and easy way to search and compare loans from various lenders without placing my private information on the internet. So a friend of mine, Chris Meyer, and I were having lunch discussing how each of us gets loans. And as cliche as it sounds, that was our micro moment. Two people with banking relationships sitting having lunch, talking about our next move for our respective businesses, wondering who's the best lender on that particular day for our particular loans. So what did we do? We did what we all do. We go to Google. So we all do. Go to Google, started looking around, trying to find content, find a search engine, find something that could help us solve our personal micro moment. And when we couldn't find any website that solved our needs, which was unusual, I've always been able to find what I want on the internet. The internet's a big place. It's got a lot of variety. The two of us sat down and we literally just built our own. So we built Magilla from the borrower's perspective. So my words today, I suppose, should be taken as your customer. That's how we built this. So Magilla is 2 years old. It's 2 years in January. We started in January of 2016. Magilla has had over $5 billion of loans across its search engine comparison tool platform. And we pride ourselves on being an agnostic marketplace. Some people call us a search engine. Some people call us an agnostic marketplace. I think for purposes of today, we can look at it as one of several methods to solve borrowers' micro moment needs. How Magilla works for a borrower? Well, as borrowers, I was uncomfortable putting my private information on the internet. Not at this stage in the game, and in my case, not ever. Providing my name and social security number to a website is just something that I'm not comfortable with. So we built a website, a search engine, that doesn't require that information up front. What we do require is we provide an avenue, a platform by which borrowers can safely put a snapshot of the borrower's financial situation, a snapshot of the asset that borrower is dealing with, be it a home, a business, a $10 million office building refi, what have you. And based on that snapshot, lenders, those of you listening in, get push notifications. It's real time. Get a push notification that certain loans enter the system of a certain type with certain criteria in a certain geography. That notification is given to your loan officers as they want to receive it. It can be a text message, the oldest method that Magilla provides, all the way to an iOS or an Android app that they can just download from the store. Those lenders can then make proposals and can also ask questions of the borrowers. If they like what they see, they make a proposal. The borrower then chooses the proposals he or she likes, and for purposes that all of you understand greatly, you complete the loan off the site. So what does that sound like? Well, to me, accidentally, that sounds like a dating site, and it kind of is. We sort of built a Match.com of sorts for business and home loans. Borrowers are saying, I look like this, my interests are like this, and lenders are on the other side saying, well, this month or this quarter or this year or historically, we're looking for borrowers that look like this in this geography, and those things can change quickly in Magilla. So we've a little bit of overlap here, but how does Magilla work for a lender? Well, while built for the borrower's perspective and not being lenders ourselves, we quickly learned what our customers, big banks and community banks, had a similar problem. How do they find people like us? It's difficult. The United States is a big place. Cities are big. Heck, counties are big. Communities are big. How do you find us? Well, if I'm willing to put my profile on Magilla, then this is a win-win. The lenders can simply choose a device, desktop, mobile, tablet, what have you, and search. Search for people like me. Search for people like the family down the street that's refining their house, searching for equipment loans, what have you. It is very diverse, it's very fast, and it's very easy to use. So how it works for a lender. Lenders pay a subscription fee to Magilla. Again, this is not broker-based driven. It's set up really for subscription access. It's like a software as a service. Lenders preset their criteria. They look for borrowers that they like. They get push notifications. When those loans enter the system, they can ask questions anonymously of the borrowers. No form is perfect. Magilla's forms are updated constantly, yet we're not naive enough to think our forms are perfect. Of course they're not. The lenders can ask questions of the borrowers anonymously, similar maybe you'd see on an eBay auction. Hey, you're selling a new in the box iPhone, but the box is open. So people may ask on eBay, hey, I see the box is open. You said it's new in a box. Answer, I opened the box to take the pictures. In our case, maybe the assets in an earthquake zone. Lender can ask, was it earthquake retrofitted? Yes. When? 2016. To the extent those questions are relevant to your loan proposal, you can ask them. Lenders are notified, again, via push notification when they're matched with a borrower, just like a dating site. And again, they leave the site after that. Magilla's not collecting K-1s, tax returns, or any of that personal information. We want that information to go directly from the borrower to you. Here's a visual. That's me. But again, I have a fake account in the system just so I can see what's going on. But you can see how a loan officer can choose business loans. If they're a home lender, choose home loans, can get pretty granular with distance from branch, state, credit score, and whatnot. This is constantly changing, and we're about to roll out a whole new set of interfaces here to give our lenders even more granularity to what they're looking for at any one given time. And this is what a search could result in. So here you see a variety of loans from multifamily in Los Angeles to new construction in San Antonio, Texas, and so on. And you can see the action buttons there are review, watch, and reject. If you reviewed it, you dig in a little deeper, which I'm not going to show you on this, but you would get even more granular with that loan. So the micro moment is being presented to you by the borrower. The borrower is looking for an answer. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. Which lender or lenders can help me? And the question is answered via that mag chart after the loans are reviewed and the proposals are made. Here we have a screen showing the taxonomy of the borrower. Obviously, as the speaker before me was mentioning, data is everywhere. And of course, as Magilla gets more robust and sees even more loans and more borrowers and more loans and can start running its algorithms on the past, it can get a better understanding of a prediction of the future. So this is a powerful tool that we're developing now that's going to help our lending partners refine what they're good at, refine their pitch of sorts to the borrowers, refine how they interact with those borrowers and how they search and are presented to those borrowers at the right time. Magilla is living at the intersection of borrower and lender meeting. And that's a powerful place to be. So why use a search engine? Well, Loan Depot is an amazing company. And companies like Loan Depot have put maximum effort into their websites, and they're amazing. That is an endeavor that is very difficult to do. And Magilla was built in the last couple of years. So it was built on mobile, and it was built on push notifications. It was built with SEO and SEM in mind. And that effort is constant to maintain that and to keep that going so that your brand is presented to the borrower at the right time as they're in that micro moment. Magilla's goal is to be firing on all cylinders all the time so that our customers, banks, can be ready to respond to that micro moment via Magilla's platform, via its search engine. And that's the goal, is you can think of Magilla as somewhat of a common proposition. It's all of our customers, banks, getting together and subscribing to a software as a service to jointly put forth a very well streamlined interface, a search engine, so that borrowers will gravitate to that and ask Magilla the question that's on their mind at that one particular time. And customers, consumers, all of us are very, very comfortable and have come to expect some version of a search engine, some version of a comparison tool for almost everything we do, whether it be shopping for a car, shopping for an airline, shopping for a first-class ticket to London, what have you. I can search and slice and dice and compare a lot of things that are important to me from my phone or from my desktop. Chris Meyer and I simply want to do the same for our business and home loans. And that's what we built, and that's why we built it. Why accept comparison behavior? Because it's commonplace. It's going to happen. And sites like Magilla, sites like Kayak for airline tickets and others are providing the consumer that search that they're starting to demand and starting to expect. And what does a search engine do is drastically increase the efficiency of that search. And in our case, it's a two-sided win. I certainly win as the consumer because we built it. We built it for what we wanted. I wouldn't build something that didn't help solve my problem. I built something that solves my problem. But our true customer is the people on the phone. We want to be nimble. We want to be reactive. We want to keep our website perfectly optimized for Google's algorithms and search engines and bots so that borrowers coming to Magilla, an agnostic marketplace, can get an honest view of their options. And then Magilla helps our customers, the banks, present themselves in the most positive light possible as they see fit. We're presenting information on the bank, we're presenting information on the loan officer, and trying to give the consumer the information they need to make a choice. So Our goal is to be nimble, to be fast, to be efficient, to be agnostic, and to then stop and hand that relationship off to the banks. Now, does that mean that an individual bank's website is not important? Of course not. Your website is important. People are going to still interact with your website. If they find you through Magilla, they're still probably going to look and see who you are. And Magilla is one of many ways to attract a customer. We're not saying that we're the only way. We're not saying that people are going to only come to us and not go to your website. What we are saying is what big banks like loanDepot have done is not easy. And it takes constant effort, money, and time. And it's difficult to keep up with. And Magilla is just one way to enhance your customer acquisition experience. So with that, I'm going to pass the torch over to Rocky, who I believe is going to talk about ways that Rocky can help you with optimizing your own website as well.
Okay, there you go. All right, well, if you have any questions, of course, reach out to any one of us. We'd be thrilled to be able to speak with you. And, I think that our three truly magnificent speakers this morning have made it clear that micro moments can't be overlooked as part of your marketing strategy. And I want to thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And one last thing, we want to make sure that we do our best to deliver quality content. So I have a favor to ask of all of you. You'll be receiving a survey within about an hour. And if you could please take the time to fill it out to let us know what you thought of today's webinar. Really appreciate it. Also, if you have anything that you would like to learn about in future webinars, please let us know that as well. Thank you again, and everybody enjoy your weekends.